Clint Walker was more than just a towering figure of Hollywood's golden era. He was the quintessential gentle giant with a calm demeanor that perfectly contrasted his imposing 6'6" physique. Born Norman Eugene Walker in Hartford, Illinois, Clint rose to fame during the heyday of westerns, quickly becoming a beloved figure for audiences around the world. You might wonder what exactly made Clint Walker so special in Hollywood's pantheon. Aside from his magnetic presence, fans appreciated how authentic he felt. He was the kind of actor who looked at ease in front of a blazing campfire or riding across the open plains. He radiated warmth, often bringing a gentle charm to rough-and-tumble Western roles. It's no surprise that he left behind a timeless legacy that continues to enthrall modern audiences, especially fans of classic cinema. In this countdown, we're taking a close look at Clint Walker's top 10 best movies. Whether you're already a devoted fan of this iconic cowboy or hearing his name for the first time, these picks will give you a sense of his impressive range and the reasons he became a Hollywood legend. So, saddle up, get comfortable, and prepare to ride through a nostalgia-filled journey that explores the cinematic highlights of Clint Walker's illustrious career. Let's begin. 10. Send Me No Flowers. Kicking off our countdown is something a little unexpected for a cowboy star like Clint Walker, a fun, light-hearted appearance in the comedic gem Send Me No Flowers. Did you know this delightful 1964 film primarily starred Rock Hudson and Doris Day? It's not the typical Western setting we associate with Clint Walker, but that's exactly why his role here stands out. If you've never seen him outside of the cowboy hat and boots, this is your chance to witness his comedic side, however brief it may be. Send Me No Flowers revolves around George Kimball, Rock Hudson, a man convinced he's dying, and his attempts to ensure that his wife, Doris Day, is looked after when he's gone. Clint Walker makes an appearance as a potential beau for Doris Day's character, and fans often mention how entertaining it is to see Walker in an environment totally outside the Western realm. He brings a wholesome and somewhat shy charm to the part, adding a fresh dynamic to the comedic antics. Many viewers find it fascinating to see how seamlessly Clint Walker carried his signature warmth into a role far removed from the rugged frontiers. Have you ever thought about how an actor known for tough Western roles can shift so naturally into comedic territory? Walker's involvement in Send Me No Flowers is a perfect example of his effortless adaptability. If you're looking for a light, funny film where you can catch a glimpse of Clint Walker's versatility, this entry definitely deserves a watch. 9. Yellowstone Kelly. Coming in at number 9 is Yellowstone Kelly, a 1959 Western that allowed Clint Walker to reprise the kind of role fans loved him for, the strong, resourceful frontiersman. Walker stars as Luther Yellowstone Kelly, a fur trapper and scout operating in the rugged wilderness of the Yellowstone River region. This film is a quintessential Western adventure, brimming with dramatic standoffs, majestic landscapes, and a protagonist who's both stoic and morally grounded. One of the most appealing aspects of Yellowstone Kelly is its setting. Filmed in the breathtaking locales of Arizona, the movie immerses you in the raw beauty and danger of frontier life. Viewers have often praised the authenticity of Walker's performance. He seems right at home navigating the wilderness, his physique adding credibility to his portrayal of a skilled outdoorsman. Beyond Walker's commanding presence, Yellowstone Kelly features compelling characters and a storyline that pairs well with the epic vistas of Western cinema. Many fans say this film reaffirms why the cowboy archetype holds such timeless appeal. It adds another layer of historical interest to an already captivating movie. If you're yearning for an action-packed but grounded Western that highlights Walker's frontier hero persona, Yellowstone Kelly is a must-watch. 8. Fort Dobbs. Next on our list is Fort Dobbs, a 1958 Western that packs plenty of tension, danger, and rugged excitement. In Fort Dobbs, Clint Walker plays Gar Davis, a man on the run from a murder accusation who finds himself aligned with a woman and her young son while navigating treacherous Comanche territory. It's a classic tale of survival that tests the character's bravery, resourcefulness, and moral fortitude. What sets Fort Dobbs apart is its compelling blend of suspense and human drama. The film doesn't rely solely on gunfights or sweeping vistas, though it has those too. Instead, it focuses on the evolving relationship between Walker's character and the vulnerable family in his care. Watching Gar Davis transform from a mysterious fugitive to a protective ally is both heartwarming and thrilling. For many Clint Walker admirers, Fort Dobbs demonstrates his ability to carry a film where character development is just as important as action. Have you ever wondered how an actor known for muscular strength can convey deep emotions so effectively? This movie is proof that Walker had the acting chops to back up his imposing stature. If you're in the mood for a Western that offers more than a few showdowns, Fort Dobbs delivers suspense, heartfelt interaction, and a healthy dose of classic frontier grit. 7. Sam Whiskey. Sliding in at number 7, Sam Whiskey is another entertaining Western, but this time with a lighter touch and a dash of comedic flair. Released in 1969, the film features Burt Reynolds in the title role, Angie Dickinson as the beguiling widow, and Clint Walker as O.W. Bandy, a blacksmith with a calm, no-nonsense attitude. If you enjoy a Western that has humor woven into its gunslinging escapades, Sam Whiskey might just capture your heart. One of the biggest draws of Sam Whiskey is watching Burt Reynolds and Clint Walker share screen time. Their chemistry is both fun and dynamic, playing off each other's contrasting personalities, Reynolds as the charming, quick-witted rogue, and Walker as the steadfast, imposing companion. This unlikely pair embarks on a scheme to recover stolen gold bars from the bottom of a river, resulting in all sorts of comedic shenanigans and nail-biting perils. Clint Walker proves once again that he doesn't need the leading role to leave a memorable mark. Many fans love seeing his gentle giant persona softened by bursts of humor and camaraderie with the other characters. Did you know this film was also a forerunner to the comedic style that Burt Reynolds later perfected in blockbusters like Smokey and the Bandit? It's a testament to Walker's adaptability that he fit right in with Reynolds's comedic energy, making Sam Whiskey a thoroughly enjoyable watch. 6. Gold of the Seven Saints. At number 6, we have Gold of the Seven Saints, a 1961 Western co-starring another tall, brooding presence in Hollywood, Roger Moore. Yes, you heard that right. James Bond himself teams up with Clint Walker for this thrilling adventure about two fur trappers who stumble upon a fortune in gold and then must fend off outlaws bent on stealing it. The contrast between the American cowboy persona of Walker and the suave British flair of Moore creates a unique chemistry you can't help but find appealing. In Gold of the Seven Saints, Walker's character, Jim Rainbolt, is a man of few words who pairs perfectly with the witty commentary from Moore's character, Sean Garrett. Together, they embark on a journey brimming with twists, narrow escapes, and good old-fashioned Western showdowns. The camaraderie between the two leads feels real, and that authenticity is part of the film's charm. Fans often highlight that Gold of the Seven Saints is a hidden gem among Clint Walker's filmography, overshadowed by bigger titles, but definitely worth checking out. There's something undeniably entertaining about watching Walker's grounded, rugged cowboy persona spar with Roger Moore's more talkative and debonair approach to survival. The film was shot in black and white despite being made during the rise of color westerns. This stylistic choice adds a timeless quality, accentuating both the dramatic desert landscapes and the intense stare of its leading men. If you love discovering lesser-known Western treasures, give this one a spin. 5. More Dead Than Alive. Moving into the top 5, we land on the 1969 Western More Dead Than Alive. This darker, introspective take on the genre finds Clint Walker portraying Kane, an ex-convict trying to rebuild his life after spending 18 years in prison. Far from a straightforward hero, Kane grapples with guilt, regret, and the stigma of his criminal past. It's one of Walker's most compelling performances, showcasing a vulnerability that sets it apart from the more conventional gunslinger roles. More Dead Than Alive also boasts an appearance by Vincent Price, who plays a flamboyant showman running a traveling carnival. The interactions between Price's theatrical character and Walker's subdued, haunted ex-criminal add a fascinating dimension to the narrative. The film's title alone might spark curiosity. How can a man be more dead than alive? Clint Walker's portrayal answers that question by depicting a soul weighed down by an irreversible past and uncertain future. Many fans appreciate the film's grittier tone as it dares to explore the psychological toll of violence and incarceration, themes not often handled with such depth in traditional westerns. Have you ever thought about the moral gray areas in the Wild West? More Dead Than Alive invites you to reflect on whether redemption is truly possible and at what cost. If you're looking for a Clint Walker movie that probes the human condition while still delivering classic Western action, this is the one. 4. None But the Brave. Coming in at number 4, None But the Brave, 1965, marks a unique entry in Clint Walker's filmography, and not just because it's a World War II movie rather than a Western. Directed by the legendary Frank Sinatra, who also stars, this film examines the uneasy alliance between American and Japanese soldiers stranded on the same Pacific island. Clint Walker appears as Captain Dennis Bourke, bringing his trademark stoicism to a role defined by leadership and moral resolve. One of the most fascinating aspects of None But the Brave is that it features perspectives from both sides of the conflict, showcasing how common humanity can emerge in the face of survival. Clint Walker's steady performance as the American captain anchors the ensemble, highlighting themes of honor, empathy, and the potential for unity in even the direst circumstances. Audiences at the time were taken aback by the film's daring concept. Cooperation between wartime enemies was not often portrayed so openly in Hollywood's mid-1960s output. Today, None But the Brave stands out not only as an interesting piece of war cinema, but also as proof that Clint Walker's range extended well beyond cowboy boots. Did you know this was Frank Sinatra's only directorial feature film? If you haven't yet explored Walker's work outside of the Western genre, this film is an engaging place to start. 3. The Night of the Grizzly. Securing a strong spot at number 3, The Night of the Grizzly, 1966, is a thrilling frontier drama that pits Clint Walker's character against a ferocious grizzly bear terrorizing the community. Walker stars as Jim Cole, a lawman-turned-rancher determined to protect his family and livestock from a cunning and deadly predator known as Satan. If you love tense human versus nature stories, this film delivers in spades. What makes The Night of the Grizzly so memorable is the tension that builds every time that menacing bear appears. There's a sense of dread that any encounter could be fatal. Clint Walker brings quiet determination to the role of Jim Cole, fiercely protective of his loved ones, but never losing his moral compass. The scenic mountain locales also lend a cinematic grandeur, making every confrontation with the bear feel as if it's playing out on nature's grand stage. Many fans who grew up in the 1960s and 1970s recall being on the edge of their seats watching Jim Cole track the enormous grizzly, and it remains a nostalgic favorite. Did you know that during filming, certain scenes involving the bear were so intense that the set had to take extra precautions? It might even spark the question, who's more intimidating, Clint Walker as the determined rancher or the raging grizzly itself? The Night of the Grizzly remains a unique gem in Walker's career, blending Western elements with thrilling survival drama. 2. Cheyenne TV movie specials. Our runner-up choice isn't a feature film in the conventional sense, but deserves a mighty shout-out. Cheyenne, including the TV movie specials, was groundbreaking for both Clint Walker and television westerns as a whole. Originally aired as a series from 1955 to 1963, Cheyenne was the first hour-long western on network television. The show's massive popularity spawned various TV movie specials that highlighted Walker's enduring portrayal of Cheyenne Body. Why is Cheyenne and its specials so significant? For many fans, the role of Cheyenne Body was their introduction to Clint Walker. He embodied everything a Western hero should be: strong, respectful, and guided by a moral code. Walker's performance here is often credited with helping shape TV westerns for years to come. Have you ever considered how one role can permanently define an actor's career? For Clint Walker, Cheyenne Body turned him into a household name and cemented his place as a trailblazer. Though it's a television property, the production values felt almost cinematic for its day, complete with expansive outdoor locations and robust storytelling. The show's longevity came from Walker's charismatic lead performance, where he brought both gravitas and a surprisingly gentle touch to the wandering cowboy archetype. Even the TV movie specials maintained the same high level of storytelling and excitement, giving fans more of the hero they'd grown to love. If you're looking for a deeper appreciation of Clint Walker's early career and the birth of the TV Western phenomenon, the Cheyenne TV movie specials are essential viewing. 1. The Dirty Dozen. Finally, the #1 Clint Walker film in our countdown is the 1967 war classic, The Dirty Dozen. It's arguably the most famous movie in which Clint Walker appeared, directed by Robert Aldrich and boasting an all-star ensemble cast that included Lee Marvin, Ernest Borgnine, Telly Savalas, Charles Bronson, and Jim Brown. Clint Walker portrays Samson Posey, a quiet yet formidable inmate selected for a high-stakes mission behind enemy lines in World War II. What makes The Dirty Dozen so exceptional is the way it balances gritty war action with distinct, memorable characters. Walker's portrayal of Posey offers a certain pathos. He's not a hardened criminal by nature, but circumstances have put him on death row. Fans still talk about the scene where Posey is provoked to the point of violence, only to quickly revert to his gentle demeanor as if horrified by his own strength. This duality makes his character one of the most intriguing in the ensemble. The Dirty Dozen was both a critical and commercial success, and it remains a war movie staple. Did you know that Clint Walker initially hesitated to take on the role of a criminal, given his clean-cut image in westerns? The role ultimately enriched his reputation, showcasing a capacity for complexity and nuance. If you've never experienced this high-octane classic, or even if it's been a while, The Dirty Dozen remains as gripping and entertaining as ever, firmly securing its place at the top of Clint Walker's best roles. From comedic cameos to rugged Western shootouts, from suspenseful man-versus-nature showdowns to a high-stakes war mission behind enemy lines, Clint Walker's filmography is packed with variety and an unmistakable dash of old-school Hollywood charm. His iconic presence and genuine warmth made him a giant of classic cinema, and these selections prove he offered much more than just a brawny figure in a cowboy hat. Throughout his career, Clint Walker consistently brought credibility and heart to any role he inhabited, be it frontier hero, ex-convict seeking redemption, or the gentle mountain man protecting his family from a marauding grizzly. His legacy lives on in the hearts of Western aficionados and classic film fans, reminding us of a time when raw authenticity and straightforward storytelling reigned supreme. If you enjoyed this countdown of Clint Walker's top 10 best movies, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps support the channel. We'd love to hear from you. Which of these films is your favorite? Are there any hidden gems we missed? Comment down below and let's keep the conversation going. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe for more engaging movie countdowns, celebrity spotlights, and film discussions. Join our community of cinema lovers and stay tuned for more entertaining deep dives into the icons of Hollywood. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.